Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Anime1 back with a new video, and today I'm here with a new series of what if Naruto was neglected and ended up like Obito. And you guys might be wondering, bro, what do you mean by new series? You literally did this series as like probably your first series in the channel. And what I mean by new is sort of like an improved version of the story, since that story really did do really good. So this is like a sort of improved version of what if Naruto was neglected. Obito, the pacing will be much faster, things will happen much quicker, and Naruto is gonna be more like Obito as to why he ended up like Obito instead of the original. So yeah, anyways, hopefully you guys will like this new series, and yeah, let's begin the video and get this video to 20 likes for the next part. So yeah, anyways, let's begin the video. I hereby declare war on you all. The fourth great ninja war begins now. The man with the white mask and two visible Sharingan in each of his eyes said, "The fourth great ninja war, have you gone mad?" Monoki said, looking at the man as the man chuckled. No, Anuki, I meant what I said. And since I did say that, I will show you that you have no chance right here and right now. The man said as a silver aura surrounded the man. I will show you the true power of Madara Uchiha. The five Kage got ready as they took their stance, ready to fight the monster that had been tormenting the ninja world for the longest time. All this happened 18 years after the Nine-Tails attack on the Hidden Leaf Village. We cut to the day of the Nine-Tails attack, where Hiruzen, Jiraiya, Tsunade, and Minato were surrounding the Nine-Tails and going through hand signs, and they all said it at the same time. Four corner ceiling method. The Nine-Tails started to change forms as it became pure chakra and entered the boy. The boy had a black hair and blue eyes, and soon a seal appeared on the boy's stomach. A few days later, Kushina was strolling through the village of Konoha with their three children in her carriage. But there was something that was bothering her. Those stairs full of hate, and the stairs that were directed towards her and her son Naruto, the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails. After the Nine Tails attack, Minato had revealed that Naruto was the Jinchuriki of the Nine Tails, and had requested the villagers to treat his son as the hero who had kept the Nine Tails at the bay. But the villagers did exactly opposite of what he had asked of them. He started to ask they started to ask of his infant son's head, but Minato, being the Hokage, did his best to protect his son, and the villagers did not like it. They were saying that the Hokage and his wife were protecting the demon fox, and after a month, Minato was standing in the village. Was not the best right now, especially when the head of the civilian council had come to the Hokage's office with the daimyo, and the daimyo had told Minato whether to kill Naruto or give up his position as Hokage. But with the help of Hiruzen, who had explained to the daimyo that if they killed Naruto, the demon fox would have been released, and this time the damages would be even worse than before. That was enough to make the daimyo back off. But there was one condition. After Naruto had turned 4 years old, Minato and Kushina could not protect the boy any longer. The villagers could do anything that they wanted to the boy, but killing him was not an option. Minato, after hearing the conditions that the daimyo had said, got off his chair and grabbed the man by his collar and looked at the man with rage. But Hiruzen, being there, had calmed him down, and they had no choice but to agree to it, even if they both didn't like it. Minato still remembered the look on Kushina's face when he told her what the daimyo had ordered. A look of a mother who couldn't do anything to protect her child. 4 years later, time skip. A black flash could be seen running through the valleys of Konoha. Shit, the boy said as Shuriken barely missed where he was. What? They were already caught up? Naruto said as he looked back to see the civilians were nowhere in sight, but behind them were Chunin and Kenyans. What? Ninjas? There's no way I can escape today, Naruto thought, but never being the one to give up, Naruto ran and ran. But someone grabbed Naruto by his hair and started to drag him towards the crowd of civilians. Let go! I didn't do anything! Naruto screamed, with tears streaming down his face as he was thrown in the middle of the circle of people who surrounded him. Ah, demon, you've nowhere to run anymore. You'll pay for what you did. Kill my wife, kill my son, destroyed my business, you killed my parents. Naruto looked at all of them. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I've never killed anyone, Naruto said. But he was punched across his face as he said that. Shut up, lies. And you think we'll harm a child if you're not the demon fox? No, you are the demon fox. Naruto closed his eyes as it started. Naruto with his left eye barely open saw them. Today was supposed to be his birthday. But help! Naruto shouted as he saw his family and his two sisters and his parents. Mito, the red-haired girl, turned her head hearing that, and what was happening in front of her eyes widened her eyes. Her little bro was crying out for help as he was getting beaten up by the villagers. Narumi also saw her brother as they both, without thinking, rushed towards the crowd. Mito! Narumi! Kushina shouted. But before Mito or Narumi could interfere with the villagers, Minato was in front of them. No, was all the fourth Hokage said, as the girl looked at their father in disbelief. What? Dad, are you insane? Can't you see what they're doing? Mito said, as Minato looked at them. Yeah, and I'll explain everything, I promise. For now, don't interfere. But they didn't listen, as they tried to get past the fourth, but the man didn't let them go. Minutes aside, as in a flash, the three of them were gone. Naruto's eyes widened, seeing that, then he turned his head towards Kushina. Mom, please help me, Naruto said, as Kushina was about to go there and hug her son, but wiping the tears that came to her eyes, she made her way towards her room. Naruto's eyes widened in disbelief. No, it was all the boy thought as he coughed out blood. After some time, Naruto opened his eyes to see he was in a room. He looked around to see a brown-haired woman that looked around, at least in her mid-20s. The woman looked at him and smiled. Ah, you're awake. Naruto looked at her. Where am I? Naruto asked, as the woman looked at him. You're at my house. I picked you up because I saw how injured you were. But only because of a few hours of rest, you've completely recovered. Then the woman heard a growl. As Naruto looked down in embarrassment, as the woman giggled. Well, looks like someone's hungry, she said. As Naruto looked at the ground in embarrassment, she smiled. Well, I'll bring some food. Just wait here. In the Namikaze state, Mito was punching her father as hard as he possibly could, with tears flowing down her face. What the hell is wrong with you, Dad? Why didn't you help him? Aren't you supposed to be the strongest? She said as Narumi was hugging her mother, who was trying to calm her down, as she was also crying. Minato started to speak. That boy is no longer your brother. Well, at least right now, that is. Mito looked at her father. What? She said as Narumi, hearing that, also looked at her father as well. At the day of the Nine-Tails attack, we sealed the beast inside of your brother. But the seal, you see, was a little defective, because of the Nine-Tails right now is in control of your brother's body. Minato finished it, the two sisters looked shocked. Mito grabbed her father's leg in desperation. Will Naruto ever come back? She said as Minato smiled and kneeled down. Yes, princess. Your brother will be back, but I can't tell you exactly when. Hearing that, Mito smiled a little, and Kushina stood up. I'm going to my room, she said as Minato looked concerned, but concerned as he looked at Kushina. Kushina entered her room. Minato looked at Mito and Narumi. Hey, Mito, Narumi, Why don't you go to sleep? I'm pretty sure that you're tired as well, right? Minato said as in response, he heard Norumi yawn as Minato smiled. Kushina had her head buried in her pillow as he kept seeing one image in her mind. Mom, please help me. Tears started to flow down her face as he thought of that moment. I can't take this anymore. Kushina said right at that moment. Minato entered the room. Kushina jumped in his arms as Minato hugged her. Minato, I can't seem like that any longer. I feel as if every single part of me breaks when I seem like that. She said as Minato patted Kushina's back in a soothing manner. I know, Kushina, but there's nothing we can do about this. At least right now. Kushina looked at Minato. What do you mean, right now? She asked. Minato smiled at her. I've been trying to convince the daimyo that the seal is completely secured, and little by little, and soon I'll bring up the idea of Naruto entering the academy. And when that happens, he becomes a ninja, I will assign you as a sensei. Minato said as the light in Kushina's eyes returned. You're serious? She asked as Minato nodded. Kushina smashed her lips against Minato's. I love you, Minato, Kushina said as she could get her son back, and it was all thanks to Minato's effort. Meanwhile, Naruto just finished his fifth bowl of ramen that the woman had bought for him, as the woman was looking at Naruto with a kind smile. He's a kid. I wonder why he was so beaten up, she thought, as Naruto had a huge smile on his face. Naruto looked at the woman. Ma'am, what's your name? Naruto asked as the woman closed her eyes and smiled. It's Konoha, she said with a smile as Naruto looked at her a little surprised. The same name as the village? She asked. As she nodded, Naruto then looked at her. Ma'am, why did you save me? I mean, everyone else hates me. Naruto said as he looked at him. I mean, you're a cute little kid. I just couldn't leave you alone. Your parents must be worried. She said as Naruto remembered he was screaming for help and they ignored him. They abandoned him like everyone else. His own family hated him. Then it hit him. He was all alone. Tears started forming down in Naruto's face. Konoha saw that and got worried. Hey, what's wrong? She said, but then the tears turned into a full-blown cry. As Naruto started to weep. Konoha's heart started to break, seeing the boy like that. Her motherly instincts kicked in, and she hugged him and patted him on the head, trying to calm him down. But the boy didn't calm down. Instead, he started to cry harder and grabbing onto her. After a few minutes, Konoha looked down to see the boy was asleep. What could have happened to this poor child? She thought, as he laid him down on the bed. Next morning, Naruto opened his eyes, and the smell hit his nose. It was something good that was being prepared in the kitchen. As he looked to see Konoha in the kitchen cooking, she was humming while doing so. Naruto looked at her as he felt a warm sensation in his heart that he had never felt before. Konoha noticed a little noise that was coming, and she turned around to see Naruto trying to leave by jumping out the window. Hey, she said as she grabbed his hand and pulled him back. Why are you leaving? I just prepared breakfast, she said. Naruto looked at the woman. No, I'll stay at the forest for the time being or something. I don't want anyone to come close to me. Naruto said as his hair was covering his eyes. Konoha got serious look on her face as she heard that. What do you mean by that? She said. Naruto looked at her with a dead look in his eyes. My own family left me to be beaten. My own blood hates me. If they hate me, what can I expect of other people? I guess it is expected, since I have the demon seal inside of me. Naruto said as Konoha looked at him. By demon, you mean the Ninetales? She asked as Naruto nodded. He smiled a bitter smile. See, even now, even you hate me. Don't leave me alone. I don't have anyone. I will live alone and die alone, like a pathetic loser. Naruto said, but then Naruto was surprised when the woman pulled him into a tight hug. You poor little thing. I'm so sorry, she said. Naruto was surprised. Why? Naruto asked. She stroked his hair as she spoke. A demon would never say the things that you just said right now. This proves that you're just a normal kid. And what if you have a four-ball scene inside of you? You're still you, she said, as tears started to come to Naruto's face. What's your name, kid? She asked. Naruto buried his head into her legs as he let the tears flow. Naruto. Naruto Uzumaki. She smiled. Ah, Naruto, huh? How about we have some breakfast before it gets cold? She said as Naruto let go of her legs and wiped the tears off his face. And with the biggest smile, Naruto spoke. Sure, he said as Konoha's eyes widened. Seeing the smile, immediately she started to rub her cheek against his. Oh my god, you're so cute. Your smile is so precious, she said. And after a day, and after that day, I must say, for for a year, Konoha and Naruto lived together. Konoha treated Naruto like a mother would her own son. She cooked for him, played with him, read him bedtime stories, sung him lullabies, provided him with all the love that she could to fill the hole in his heart. And treated Naruto like her own son. And something else surprised Konoha after 1 week of living with Naruto. Flashback. Konoha was washing the dishes as Naruto hugged her legs. Hey, Mom, eyes hurt. Konoha looked down at her supposed son as he started to call her mom just yesterday. It showed to Konoha how desperate the boy was for motherly affection and figure in his life, as she was more than happy to fulfill the role. She kneeled down with a worried look on her face. Your eyes hurt, you say? Naruto nodded. When I woke up this morning, my eyes really hurt, so looked at the mirror and at my eyes. They were red with black things in them. He said, as no way. Could it be? She thought. Hey, Naru, can you close your eyes and focus super hard in them and open them when I tell you to, okay? He said. Naruto nodded as he closed his eyes and squinted them really hard. And after a minute, when Konoha told Naruto to open his eyes, Naruto's eyes were bloodshot red with two tomos in each of them. Now Konoha's eyes widened. He's Uchiha, she thought. Mom. Was brought out of her thoughts as Naruto called her name. Yes, dear, she said. Is there something wrong with my eyes? Naruto said as Konoha shook her head. No, no, baby. There's nothing wrong. It's rather a good thing. The pain will vanish. Just keep on focusing on your eyes, just like you're right now, for a few minutes, okay? She said as Naruto, being the good boy he was, nodded. Flashback ends. Konoha was walking back after doing some shopping. Ever since Naruto had started to live with her, he had never stepped out of the house, and Konoha didn't let him go outside of the house because of obvious reasons. It was to protect him from the villagers. Konoha had a huge smile on her face as she walked back towards her home. Today I'll surprise Naru with his favorite ramen. She thought as she loved spoiling her foster son in any way she possibly could. And she did. That smile that it gave her was worth it. Konoha opened the door to the house. No, I'm back, she said as she didn't hear any response. That's weird. You would come running like a puppy towards me, she thought. But then she heard it, even though it was faint. The bags in Konoha's hands dropped as she rushed upstairs towards Naruto's room and saw a man with a Jonin outfit and a police force symbol in his back as he was holding Naruto by the throat. Demon, you have not appeared in the village for a year, so I thought you would die. But then I found you here. I can finally get my revenge, he said as he brought his kunai closer to Naruto's throat. But then he was forced to jump back when multiple Senmon landed where he was, and he was forced to let go of Naruto as Konoha rushed towards Naruto. Hey, Naruto, are you alright? She said as Naruto was coughing out really bad. Her hand started to glow green as she placed it on Naruto's neck, and soon the coughing stopped. And Konoha stood up to the Jonin and looked, and Konoha stood up. The Jonin looked at Konoha. Ah, Konoha, the princess of the village. You're famous for your beauty and your medical skills. To think that you were the one taking care of the demon fox. The Jonin said as he walked towards Konoha, as Konoha stood in front of Naruto in a protective manner, with senbons in her hand. I'm not good in combat. I'll have to hit him with senbons in critical areas and finish him off, she thought as she applied chakra to her senbons and threw it. The man activated his Sharingan, 3 Tomoes in each eye, and took out his kunai and deflected all of it. The man appeared in front of Konoha and kicked her away as Konoha slammed into the wall as he coughed out blood. Mom! Naruto yelled as the man rushed towards Naruto with his kunai. Now die, demon, he said as the kunai made contact. Blood flew and onto the man's face as Naruto's eyes widened. Konoha was standing in front of Naruto, with kunai stuck in her chest. The man jumped back. You bitch! Why did you jump in front of the brat? Tsunade will kill me, the man said, as Konoha dropped to her knees as he coughed out blood. Naruto, with tears in his eyes, rushed towards her. Mom! Mom! Naruto, the boy cried as Konoha looked at him and smiled. I was careless, she said as she coughed out blood. The kunai, it hit my heart. I don't have much time left. I have to tell him. She thought as she looked at Naruto, and with the remaining strength, she hugged Naruto. Sorry, no, but this is it for me, she said as Naruto's eyes widened. You're not hurt, are you, baby? She said while stroking his hair. No, I'm not, Naruto said as he buried his head in her chest. You know, Naruto, every little thing you do when you come to me, when I arrive from the hospital or from shopping, or the way you listen to everything like I say, like your life depends on it. And when you smile, everything about my Naruto, I love every bit of it. Konoha said as he stroked his hair lovingly, and she also started to speak more. I wonder how your first day in the academy will be, or how you will look like when you become a ninja. I wish I was there to see it all. What kind of adult you will grow up to be, and what kind of woman you will marry, she said as she realized something. Ah, you've called me mom, and I've never told you this. I'm so sorry, baby. So, let me tell you now, Naruto, I'm glad you came into my life, and I love you like you're my own son, she said as her tears flowed down her face, as with the last remains of her strength, she hugged Naruto as tight as possible. Then her hands went limp, and her eyes lost all the light in them. Mom, Naruto says, but he got no response. Mom, Naruto spoke again, and again no response. Naruto started to weep. Mom, please wake up. Don't leave me alone, Naruto said, but again no response. Unknown to Naruto, his eyes had changed. She is dead, brat. Don't worry. You'll meet your mom soon enough, the man said as he approached Naruto, the man's red glowing Sharingan eyes shining in the dark of the room. Naruto stood up, as then he turned around, looking the man dead in his eyes. The man's eyes widened. That's the Mangekyo. How did he? But before the man could think, he felt it. It was in his right arm. The man slowly looked to see his right arm was completely gone. The man screamed in pain. Naruto again focused his right eye on the man's head as he heard the voice in his head again, calmly. A strolling vortex opened on the man's head, and in a second, the man's head was gone. His body dropped, dead. Naruto dropped to his knees and lifted up Konoha's head. I'm all alone again. I don't know if I can continue any longer, Mom. I want to see you. Naruto says. Then Naruto heard a voice from behind him. You can see her again. Naruto turned around to see it was a man with a yellow mask with black flames in them and a single shining visible from the eye hole. What do you mean? Naruto asked. I mean exactly what I say. You can see your mother again, Naruto. The man said. Naruto walked towards the man with hope in his eyes. Really? I can see Mom again? Naruto asked. In a desperate tone, as the man with the mask looked at the boy. He's just like me, the man thought, as he nodded. But it is a long and lengthy process, and unfortunately, because of some circumstances, I don't have long to live. So I want to instill my will to you, and shut away. Not only will you be able to see your mother again, but also bring peace upon the entire world. The man said as Naruto looked at him. I'll do anything to see her again. The man nodded. Very well, then I shall tell you. But before that, I want you to meet someone who will help you in your mission. The man said as he walked towards Konoha's body and sucked it away in a strolling vortex. Then he looked at Naruto and grabbing him by his shoulder, vanishing with him in a strolling vortex. The man and Naruto appeared in a location that Naruto had never seen before. Where are we? Naruto asked. But the man didn't answer as a girl similar in Naruto's age appeared. Obito, who is he? She asked. Obito looked at the girl. He's gonna take over from now. As you know, I only have about 3 years at best to live. After my bout with the Namikaze, and the fact that my heart is severely damaged due to the battle, I need a successor, and I found the perfect one. Obito said as the girl looked at Naruto. He doesn't seem anything special, she said. Obito looked at Naruto. Naruto, can you apply chakra to your eyes? He said as Naruto nodded, and then Naruto's eyes turned into the blood-red shotting gun with 3 tomoes in each of them, which shocked the girl. Three tomoes at his age? She said as Obito spoke. That's not all. Naruto, a little more chakra in her eyes. As Obito said that, Naruto's eyes started to change as they started to spin wildly and turn into something that was similar to Obito's own Sharingan, just with 4 points instead of 3. I mean the mangaka pattern, obviously. Impossible, the girl said as Obito chuckled. Yeah, but considering what the boy has gone through, it is expected, especially when his mother has blood in him. Hearing that, the girl's eyes widened. What? His mother's blood in him? You mean he's his grandson? She asked as Obito nodded. Madara's wife found out what his plans was, and with some sealing jutsu, she sealed away the Uchiha genetics of her son. But looks like the seal had been broken by this boy because of his trauma. The girl walked forward. Hello, my name's Kiyomi Uchiha. Nice to meet you, she said as Naruto nodded. Naruto Uzumaki. Naruto said as the girl raised her eyebrow. Uzumaki, but you're an Uchiha, she said. No, he's an Uzumaki as well, Obito said as she was shocked. That's insane. You mean to say he's an Uchiha with the chakra levels of the Uzumaki? she said as Obito nodded. Then, Naruto, I shall tell you about our plan, the infinite Tsukuyomi, Obito said. The next day, people that Konoha knew were at her grave. Tsunade, Jiraiya, Minato, Kushina, along with many other people, were there. Minato looked at the person that he was most concerned about. Naruto. The boy didn't speak a single word. It looked like his soul had been stolen from his body. Minato was afraid of the worst. That this was probably the limit of Naruto. He knew about Konoha taking care of Naruto because she had come to him and asked him permission to raise him until he had entered the academy and to keep him safe. And Minato, of course, agreed, not seeing any problem with it. And he knew that Naruto considered Konoha as if she were his own mother, and that Naruto lost the only person that showed him love and affection. And Minato was afraid that Naruto would never trust anyone in his life ever again. Tsunade walked towards Naruto. Hey, Naruto, she said, as he kneeled down to his height. Naruto looked at her but didn't speak. Would you like to live with me? She asked. As Minato and Kushina's eyes widened hearing that, Naruto looked at her as he shook his head. No, I would like to live in the same house that I lived with Mom. Naruto said as Kushina flinched as he heard him call Konoha's mother. Kusanade nodded. I understand, but if you need anything, feel free to ask me, okay? She said as Naruto nodded. Naruto didn't answer his good question as he kept looking at the gravestone of Konoha. Tsunade approached Minato. I suggest you take him to Inoichi to get his mental state checked, she said as she walked away. Konoha was Tsunade's apprentice that she had taken after Suzune, and even for Tsunade's standard, Konoha's medical skills were impressive, and Konoha had told Tsunade about Naruto, so Tsunade wanted to take care of the boy for her, but it looked like the boy was still not ready to let go of her. After everyone was gone, Kushina and Naruto were the only ones left. You know, she always talked about you to me when I went to the hospital, Kushina said as Naruto didn't answer. I know it means very little at this point, but I'm extremely sorry for what happened. Not just for this, but also for never helping you when you needed your mother the most. So, Kushina said as he kneeled down beside Naruto to his height. I don't care about the villagers, the daimyo, or even Minato. I know Konoha will always be a real mother in your heart, but I gave birth to you, Naruto, and I truly do love you, and I want to take care of you, no matter what. She said as Naruto turned his head towards her. Do you as you please, but I'm not leaving Mom's house to live in the Namikaze compound. Kushina smiled hearing that, and nodded. As Naruto started to walk away, after a few minutes, Naruto was at the top of the Hokage's monument, looking down at the village. My journey starts now. I will make Project Tsukinome come true, no matter what. The boy said as his Mangekyo Sharingan shined in the night sky. So yeah, this is pretty much it for this part, you guys. Give this video to 20 likes. To obviously get the next part of the video. And again, as I said, this scenario in my head makes more sense as to Obito did lose Rin in his life to be pushed into the darkness as a final straw. And in this case, Konoha, a mother figure to Naruto, was the final straw to be pushed into the darkness for him. So yeah, the situation were pretty similar. Again, Madara is not the one that's guiding Naruto in this one, since that was like sort of like a plot hole in the previous one. Since Madara in the original series did die after, you know, he pretty much declared Obito as a successor. In this one, I pretty much made Obito like get a amount of damage after he fought Minato, meaning his heart was, damaged. And the only reason he's alive till this point is because he has Hashirama cells built in half of his body, and not to mention he has the Geto statue's chakra to supply him whenever he's, feeling bad or anything, right? So those are the only reasons as to why Obito is alive right now. But his body will not be able to keep up and he's gonna die. So he needs a successor, and Naruto's, almost a copycat of him in some sort of ways, right? Obviously Naruto's gonna be more powerful since he has both a Mangekyo Sharingan, and since he's Madara's grandson, of course, internal will be easy to get as well. So Obito, I do believe, will have Madara's original eyes, right? So yeah. Anyways, hope you guys like this part again. Get this series to 20 likes to get the next part of the video. Yeah, without me rambling on, I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, peace.